I'm Sylvia from Vintage Kitchen Vixen, where I share tips for simple living, creating memorable gatherings, and preparing wholesome and traditional recipes with a vintage twist. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make a chocolate ganache tart. Alright, so that's how it's done. So Ganache Tart is a very classic recipe. Ganache, as you saw, if you didn't already know, it is very easy to make. It is just usually a classic ganache. It's 1-to-1 ratio of hot cream to couverture, or chocolate that's chopped up, or the little rounds of chocolate. That's usually called couverture. But yeah, you heat up the cream and then you stir it into the chocolate. If you want a thicker texture, you add in butter, and you can also use less cream as well. So if you just use a 1-to-1 ratio, this is what you usually use when you are coating chocolate candies, for example, or if you want to glaze a cake. But if you use less cream, or if you add in butter, or both, you can use it for filling cakes, for using it to fill tarts like we did today. Another thing that you get when you add butter, it adds shine and it gives it a silkier texture. So that's basically how you make ganache. So very easy. And if you use less cream and you have a thicker ganache, that's where you can make your chocolate truffles with that as well. But that's going to be for another video. One thing that we didn't do today, but you can totally do if you so desire, you can flavor your ganache. So when you're heating up the cream, you can add liqueurs to that. So you can add like a hazelnut liqueur or a coffee liqueur, or you can even do dark beer if you want to have like a dark beer ganache. Another thing that you can do, you can add extracts. If you want to make like a chocolate, like a mocha ganache, you can add instant coffee granules to your cream. So that's one way that you can add a quick flavor. And like you can also steep your cream with Earl Grey tea if you want to have an Earl Grey tea ganache. So there are so many possibilities when it comes to flavors. So just play around. You're not going to mess up your ganache unless you break it. So what kind of chocolate should you use when you're making ganache? Usually you want to use dark chocolate. So usually anything that's 60% and up is perfect for ganache. You can also use white chocolate. And if you're using white chocolate, a 3-to-1 ratio would be best. So 3 parts white chocolate to 1 part cream. And by the way, just fun tidbit, if you want to whip your ganache, you let it cool a bit and then you can whip it until it becomes more like a frosting. So you can use it to frost cakes, or you can use it to fill tarts as well if you just want to have a different texture. And one thing that you should know about ganache, and it probably goes without saying, but when chocolate cools, it hardens. When you make ganache, you want to make sure you're ready to go. So you want to make sure that your pie shell is already blind baked and ready to go. That's why at the very beginning, the first thing that I did, I rolled out my pie dough and I blind baked my shells. For this ganache tart, I used a sweet short crust pastry dough. It's also called a pâte sucrée in French. So I already made a video that shows you exactly how to make that dough. If you check the description below, you'll be able to find that video showing you how it's made. So that dough, it's perfect for tarts, which is why I chose it for ganache. It's a little bit sweeter, which is great because ganache, if you use dark chocolate, that sweeter crust, it really balances everything out beautifully. Speaking of pies and tarts, what's the difference? Because they're the same thing, aren't they? Well, yes and no. And I'm going to say no because tarts use a different kind of mold. Pies, you can use pie plates. It doesn't really matter what kind of plate you use, but with the tart, you usually have something that's fluted. So it can be rectangular, it can be round. So my mold that I used today, for instance, you probably noticed that it was fluted all around. And you can also remove the bottom, so that's not necessary for a tart, but that's the mold that I used today. So I'll link something similar below if you want to try making a tart of your own. Blind baking the shell, it's a very simple procedure. First off, the tart mold, you want to grease that. So either use butter. Today I used coconut oil. So you grease that really good because you don't want your dough to stick. Even though there's a lot of butter in the dough, you still don't want it to stick. So you grease that and then you roll out your dough. And when I'm making a tart, just because usually it's pretty flush up against the mold, I just use a rolling pin to pinch everything off. But you prick it. Today I forgot to prick it before I put it in the oven with the pie weights, so I had to do that after I took the weights out. So it was just a moment, and you know what, we all have them. I'm not perfect, and today I forgot to prick my pie. Anyhow, you prick the dough, and then the key is to put the dough in the freezer for 20-30 minutes, and this is going to prevent your tart from shrinking in the oven. And it took me a very long time to learn that trick. It used to drive me nuts, but to prevent that shrinkage, you just pop it in the freezer for 20-30 minutes before you bake it. So when you're baking it, you start off at 375 degrees. Now I have an oven thermometer in my oven, and I know when I set my oven to 375, it's actually 350. So I set my oven to 400 to make sure I have that 375 degree temperature. So you pop it in there with the pie weights for 20 minutes, and then you take it out with the pie weights, you turn your oven down to 350, and then it goes in there for another 10 to 15 minutes until it's golden and beautiful. And then you let it cool. And then once it's cooled, that's when you make the ganache. So you heat the cream, and then you mix that into the chocolate. You use a spatula to mix everything up until it's all smooth. You have the butter, and you have this beautiful glossy ganache. So then you scoop that into your tart, and you scrape everything out of the bowl. And once that cools and it sets, that's when you can decorate. So for decorations, I really like using raspberries. You can use strawberries. You also don't have to use anything at all. If you're feeling really fancy, you can use gold leaf, or you can use chocolate. If you have chocolate, like a little chocolate shop available, they might be able to sell you some of their embellishes if they have any, just to add a volume and height to your tart. That's actually the trick at, like, in pastry shops, volume sells. So you want that volume, you want texture. So you could do a chocolate crumble if you want to make a chocolate crumble. You can sprinkle on a little fleur de sel to have something that's really classic. But today I use raspberries to decorate mine. And since I'm actually making this video, I'm making this tart for Valentine's Day. I think the raspberries go very well with that as well. So that's all that I really have to say about ganache tarts for today. Thank you so much for dropping by the kitchen today. If it's your first time here, I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and that you subscribe, and that you hit that bell notification so that you never miss an episode of the kitchen. And if you are coming back into my kitchen, you know you're always welcome, and I'm always so happy to have you here. So thank you for joining me today for this episode. If you want to support me, you can help out by liking this video, leaving a comment, and sharing this on social media. I do put out 2 new videos a week, and there's always a blog post that goes with each of these videos. So if you want to find the full recipe, all the step-by-steps, you can print out this recipe, or you can save it to Pinterest for later. You can do all of that on the blog, so the link to this post is below. But other than that, 2 posts a week, so I will be seeing you real soon. Thank you so much. Bye.
Plan big.
Say hi. Papa has more raisins. Did you know that?
True.
There's more raisins. Oh, do you see? And you hit that bell note, and that you hit that bell notification so that you never miss an episode of the kitchen.